So, making quarter square triangles. The first step is to make half square triangles. And I made them 8 at a time using a 10-inch layer cake square. I draw my seam lines from corner to corner with a 1/2 inch in the middle, corner to corner, 1/2 inch. And when you cut them, you cut down the middle, across the middle, and then separate, and you'll get 8 half square triangles. They're like 4 and something, but I'm going to cut them down so they're plenty big for what I'm going to shoot for in my quarter square triangles is 3.5 inches, which finish at 3. But I used charm squares instead of another 10-inch square, so there will be 2 of each of these different colors using the fabric for our block this month. So this is the first step of quarter square triangles, is making half square triangles. Okay, as you can see, I've cut these. And now I will press them open, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, let's press some half square triangles. Set the seam, open, press, add a little acorn pressing solution on your seam. It just takes a little. Press dry, and you have a perfectly flat half seam allowance ready for the next step. Now for the next step, we have our half square triangles. I made 8. I need 3 quarter square triangles, but each of these makes 2. So what I'm going to do, and you can mix and match these colors, or you can make them all the same, whatever. But before I square it up, I'm going to take a little of my seamalignglue and add some dots catty-cornered opposite the seam. Now what you're going to do is now match your seams, but put the dark on one side and the light on the other, and do the opposite on the top. And then we're going to press these down. That. And then what we're going to do is now mark our seam lines. I use my number 2 pencil to do like we were doing with half square triangles, but we're actually going to make a half square triangle of half square triangles. So we want this to be 1/2 inch, and as you can see, my 1/4 inch line is on my corners. My 1/2 inch line is on my line I previously drawn. So now I will draw the line. Now what we do is we go to the sewing machine and sew on each side. Okay, now we have taken and sewn our half square triangles again. You made the half square triangles, dark to light, light to dark, and we've done 1/4 inch from the points on each side, which gives you a 1/2 inch here. Now we'll cut them and press them, and we'll have 1/4 square triangles. Be right back. Okay, here we are cutting. We cut down the center, point to point. I need a new blade. Cut down center, point corner to corner. There we go, and we'll be back to press them. Okay, now we're ready to press. Iron is warm, so we'll take and set our seams, and then we will open these up and we'll see how well we did. And you will notice our points are pretty accurate. So we'll take a little bit of seamalignglue, acorn pressing solution, and we'll put it across here to make sure our seams are good and flat. We want to press. And you have to be, a touch of note is you have to be careful because all of these sewn in edges are biased. So they can be pulled and stretched. So you have to be careful, and hopefully you won't stretch them out of shape. But when you use this method, you can make these 8 at a time, 2 at a time. I only make 8 or 2 at a time because I never want exposed bias seams. I'm not that good. And we'll press another one. We'll open it up here. Make sure it's good. And then we'll use our pressing solution to make sure our seams are very flat. And there we go, our points. This one actually has a little bit better points. So I'll go ahead and finish pressing these, and then we'll come back and trim them up. Okay, now we're going to trim our 1/4 square triangles. I have my 3.5 inch Martelli template, and I'm going to show you the beauty of these things. You're always worried about getting the center of your 1/4 square or 1/2 square triangle. But here is the beauty of it. As long as these lines your corners all meet up with the seams, your corners go in your seam lines here, and as long as all 4 of them line up on this 1/4 square triangle, then you have got it's centered. Now, make sure this is correct. So we get it all lined up. And then this is the beauty of the templates, is that you can turn them on your mat easily without losing alignment to cut all four sides. And there we have a perfect 3.5 inch quarter square triangle ready to go into our block, which this will finish at a perfect 3 inches. Everyone have a great day, and I hope this helps you of making quarter square triangles. I find them, now that I know this method, to be really quick and fast. So everyone have a good one. Bye.